Now, I want to kind of rethink how we do kind of Christian education, Christian teaching, okay, especially in youth ministry. And I want to contrast two ideas. One is teaching and one is training. One's teaching and one's training. If you want to start engaging the minds of your students, we need to start training the minds of our students. Now, you guys all know what teaching looks like. You all know what teaching looks like. It's where I try to get what's in my mind or what's in a textbook into your mind or in your student's mind. Okay, I used to be a full-time high school teacher. In fact, I taught science and math. Everyone say, ew. Who would do that, right? And so as a math teacher, I would put something like this on the board. I realize some of you are triggered right now, okay? And you need a safe space or something. Equation of a line. Now, when I put up an equation like this, when I put up some math on the board, you want to know the first thing my students would say to me? What's the question that comes to mind? I know some of you are already thinking it. You were that kid probably. The question is, when am I going to need that? Right? Why do I need to learn this? And the answer is, because it's going to be on the test, right? Now, okay, deep down, I'm thinking, yeah, this kid ain't using this ever again, you know? But, and most people don't. But the reason they're asking that question is because that student wants to know what they're learning is relevant to their lives. There's Mr. B, why is that important? Why is this relevant to my life? Why are you putting me through this? If I said, oh, you're never going to need this. This is totally irrelevant to your life and to the job you're going to do. Guess what happens to all those students? They all shut down. They're gone. I've lost them. And so that's teaching. That's teaching. Well, what's training? Well, training is it's different because it's preparation for something. Usually some kind of battle. You're preparing for a battle. In fact, I like how J. Warner Wallace puts it, okay? He says training is teaching, but it's in preparation for a battle, okay? In fact, some of this material I got from J. Warner Wallace. He's a former cold case homicide detective and an apologist. He was actually with us this weekend, and he's just a real gifted communicator. I want you to think about how a UFC fighter or maybe a boxer trains for their upcoming event. You see, what happens is as soon as an event is scheduled on the calendar, they begin their training. They may spend, hours in the gym working out. You can tell I spend hours in the gym working out, right? No, that's not me. And then they'll spend hours, on the punching bag or on the speed bag. They might master their kicks or some hold. They may be reviewing tape of the other fighter. Why? Because they know that one day coming up on the calendar, they are going to be face to face with an aggressive opponent. And so they train. Now think about kind of a typical youth group meeting across the country. Usually there's no tests or exams. Kids show up and they're kind of wondering, how is this relevant for my life? But they aren't getting those kinds of answers. Maybe there's a whole lot of entertainment going on and not a lot of education. We'll come back to that in a minute. Notice there isn't really kind of this training mindset. It's more of just a teaching mindset. And so I want to kind of switch our mindset here from teaching to training. We're going, think in terms of mixed martial arts or maybe mixed martial apologetics, okay? Because this is where the apologetics is going to come in. Now, I want to kind of walk through an acronym, TRAIN. Okay, we're going to go through this kind of one letter at a time. Each letter stands for some important part of this process. And so we have T, we're going to test our students, we're going to require more from our students, we're going to A, arm our students, we're going to I, involve our students, and finally N, we're going to nurture our students.